Here we're going to be comparing function models, and how can you determine whether a given data set is best modeled by a linear, quadratic, or exponential function. This is where we're going to try and look at an equation and see what it is. In this first example, the right equation is an absolute value. We'll remember from our absolute value video that that is a V shape, and the transformation of +1 means that V will move to the left one space, so it'll look about like this. On the left, we have a linear equation because there's no powers. So that means that it is a straight line that crosses the the y-axis at approximately -4 and has a rise of 3/1. In the second example, it's an inequality, but we see the same absolute value to the right. So we're going to go ahead and graph an absolute value 1 unit to the left because there is a +1. The left expression has an exponent, which means it's a polynomial expression. And being a squared, it's going to form a parabola, a U shape. So we can go ahead and graph a U shape. Now, knowing that what we have here, there is a U and a V with an inequality, there's bound to be some shaded area between the two of them, in whichever area it might be, above or below, inside and out. That's when you would have to test points using what happens if x is 0, for example. In the third example, we see a polynomial, an inequality sign, and another polynomial. The right polynomial is negative, so it's going to open downward or make a little sad face. The left polynomial is positive, so it's going to open up or make a happy face. And again, knowing that there's an inequality means I know that I have a shaded space somewhere between them. And I'll find this using my testing points, and I will likely use when x is 0 because it's an easy point to check. Remember, when you check with 0, if it's true, you shade with it. So I can see that a linear equation has no exponent, which is a good keynote to remind myself. A quadratic equation is an equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, and although not shown here, an exponential equation would be something along the form of a times b to the x power. Flies eat by first vomiting on their food. Sort of makes you wonder how they go to the bathroom, doesn't it?